And good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to UndercoverET. Guys, got two amazing UAP clips to show you. Plus, the New Jersey drones are back on the scene. Ross Coulthard of News Nation is currently talking about it. And look, he's got his own theories behind this based on what he's being told. I'm a little bit unsure, a little bit on the fence. I don't trust any journalists anyway, as well as politicians. But we are going to listen to what he's got to say. I'll give you my take, and then we're going to get straight into this amazing UAP evidence. Ball lightning going across the field, shooting straight up into the air, guys. Amazing stuff. Like and subscribe. As always, we do need your support. Support the public's evidence. Support disclosure. Let's go. All right, on to X and UAP Reporting Centre says this. I'll say this clearly. The below report is flat out wrong. Respect to Ross, he's a solid journalist, but this isn't accurate. Either bad intel or a miss. The 2024 drones were not Chinese. I'm not revealing anything yet, but they were American tech. Isn't that revealing what you know? Supposedly. I am going to give you my take on this, guys, but let's have a listen to what Ross has got to say, and we'll go from there.
The suggestion that is being put to me is that the Chinese have indeed made a huge advance in electrogravitic technology, and it's taken us by surprise, and that the United States has been caught asleep at the wheel. It was complacently, hubristically thinking that it was way ahead of its foreign adversaries. And in fact, the big show that took place, notably, I know it was reported mainly over New Jersey, I'm increasingly persuaded that the initial show, at least, was, in part, Chinese. And that what happened was the United States responded with technology of its own to muddy the waters. And so you've had this ridiculous situation where, if you believe it, and this is the implication not only from my Senator Mike Rounds interview, but also from the interview that General Glenn Van Herk, the former head of Northcom and NORAD, did to 60 Minutes Bill Whitaker a few months ago. They basically admitted that there's someone operating with impunity over the continental United States, flying so-called drone technology. These drones are not using known propulsion systems. They're not using jets. They're not using propellers. They're not using any kind of known turbine propulsion system that emits the kind of heat that we're used to from that kind of technology. The suggestion is they're using some type of electrogravitics. And my sources are telling me that the big story that, frankly, the US doesn't want you to know about right now, the story that's not being discussed in the media, is the implications of the admissions made by General Glenn Van Herk, in particular, to 60 Minutes, which kind of went through the gate and were largely ignored by most other media, but which I think are incredibly significant.
Here's my take on it, guys. So, when this all happened in New Jersey and started spreading out a little bit, the Americans were denying it, the government were denying what they were, the FAA said that they didn't know what they were, and then all of a sudden, FAA took ownership of them and said, yeah, we approved them, but we don't know what they are. Very, very strange, very, very vague. Does tell me that Ross might be right here in that the first one or two were Chinese, and then, like you say, the US came in with their own tech and muddied the waters a little bit and obviously tried to deal with what the Chinese were doing. There's a potential. It is a potential. Why do I think it's a potential? Because the US aren't the only ones on this planet with NHI tech. To think that they are is just ridiculous. Okay, crash retrievals have been going on all over the world. So, you know, these things don't just fly over the US, they fly everywhere. Okay, so yeah, look, guys, I said it way, way back. Other countries do have UFO tech. And if we don't work together, if we don't band together, someone out there will turn around and go, we've got it. And they'll show their strength. They will. Concerning. And, you know, part of me thinks, well, yeah, the US blatantly have been caught with their trousers down because they've kept it hidden and they've been so sneaky with it all that they've not realised what their adversaries might have. And we still don't know what other countries will have, guys. This is just a report saying that supposedly China has them. UAP Reporting Centre is not too convinced. I think he's throwing his words around a little bit here. What Ross is saying is initially they were China's, and then the US brought their own in. So I wouldn't call Ross a flat-out liar. You're insisting that they were American tech. Ross is saying the American tech came out straight after the original Chinese ones arrived. I don't know what to believe. Like I say, knowing what happened during that time, the announcements that were being made, clearly there was a cover-up going on, or there was questions being asked. I didn't know what the hell was going on, right? Initially, at least the official statements that came out. Now, we know that they obviously know something. Okay, for the FAA to have approved what was going on at some stage, they must have known something, right? So, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's get into this UAP evidence. Alright, so we do have an amazing clip out of the UK, but before we get onto that, UAP Reporting Centre, yet again, a farmer who previously documented crop circles on his land just captured something even stranger on camera. Energy descends, then perfectly shoots back up into the sky. Not buying the ball lightning explanation. If this is real, what are we looking at? A farmer who previously documented crop circles on his land just captured something even stranger on camera. Okay, let's see what's going on. Alright guys, so apparently this is in Kentucky. Okay, ball lightning, as you can see, it looks like ball lightning, you can hear it, but then this happens. So, my take on the video is this. If it's fake, they've done well. There's a lens flare here, there's just the one, and it looks like a natural flare to me. What I find really weird is that this thing is so loud that when it goes, all of a sudden you can then hear the crickets and stuff again. Is that normal? Would that happen? Would this thing, if it was there, be that loud that you wouldn't hear the cricket? I guess so. But it's like the volume's just been turned up, doesn't it? It's so strange. The audio is very strange for me. It's calling fake. But what's really cool is that the video is giving a lens flare, and it even looks like something shoots off here. See that black dot? Something shoots across the grass here once that happens, once the spark goes. I don't know, guys. There's elements to this video that make it look very, very real. And that's really giving off a lot of smoke or whatever. Light. And then, yeah, the audio's a bit weird. But it's just this is a lens flare here that they've, you know, if it's AI or CGI, they've put the lens flare in. You know? Which don't normally happen on older videos like this. The audio is very suspicious. I guess it would be quite loud. What a stop. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. You know, is it a hoax or something else? I can't verify who took it. Apparently a farmer that recorded a crop circle has then recorded this. I don't know. To capture something like this and a crop circle in a lifetime would be something special, right? You'd be beating the odds, something crazy. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we're going to move on to what I believe to be actual UAP evidence, guys. Alright, on to red panda koala and multiple orb UFOs filmed in England. The children's reactions do not lie. Let's have a look and see what they're seeing.
Weird. It's like a UFO.
Yeah.
It's like a UFO.
You see how it's moving so unconventionally, and it's just.
What the heck is it?
And now it's shooting off at some speed, right?
Where's it coming from?
Where did it go?
It's a good question. So at first I thought maybe it's just a tissue that's been blown up into the wind and it's being waving around. See how it's just erratically moving? And then all of a sudden It goes.
What the heck is it? What the?
And that's not normal, guys.
What the? Where's it coming from?
Where did it go?
The three. Four, look.
Weird. That is like a UFO. That is like a UFO.
Yeah, there's only a bit of a breeze looking at the trees. It's only a very light breeze. There's no way it would shoot off like that. Yeah, to me, there's only a light breeze. You can see the trees are barely moving. This thing going left and right, God knows which direction. And then all of a sudden, it takes off. And so, for me, it's not a bird. It would be obvious. We've seen many white objects like this in the skies of the UK, guys. And honestly, they're evasive as well. They're really evasive. So from my experience, they will try and hide in the clouds. They will try and hide from people. But at the same time, I don't know what they're doing up there. It's mad. It is madness, but yeah. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. That's definitely moving too fast. Not windy enough to carry a bit of tissue up into the air like that. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what type it is. What type of UAP it is, because it's just too far away. I wish he had zoomed in on it and just try and got something. And guys, make that as a mental note for if you film UAP. First of all, turn your camera sideways. Don't have it landscape, because he's captured less of the sky for doing this. And when you've got an object in view, zoom in on the bastard. We need to try and work out exactly what it is. And in order to do that, we need detail as well. So if you do happen to capture something, zoom in on it. Give us every opportunity to see what it is, guys. But that's pretty good in my opinion. Speed checks out for a white fluffy thing. Like, I don't think it's a bird. And you can see how it's just waving around in the air there elegantly. I say elegantly, it's moving very erratically and swiftly, you could say. And yeah, that's the only way I can describe how the movement of these things are, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as usual. Alright guys, we're going to leave it there. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments on both of those videos and the drones themselves. Do you think they're the Chinese? Do you think they're the US's? Do you think the ball lightning could shoot up into the sky like that? I don't know. I mean, at first I thought natural phenomena or fake, and then I see it shoot up into the sky, and the audio, I don't know. I'm on the fence with that one. But certainly the UAP clip out of the UK does look pretty compelling to me. We've seen it with other videos as well. Looks very, very similar to what we've seen in the past. So yeah, that one gets a thumbs up. Let me know all your thoughts. Thank you so much. Take care. All the best. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.